Palma. Oh, pass. That's unfair, Red Palma. 7 points in the game. Janelle Fuentes. Ilagan takes the shot and knocks it down. Valoria is open. 3-pointer. Oh my goodness!
Face a jumper by Robin Celis.
Natalgero has time.
Now it gets Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
Mga kaliga, nagbabalik tayo dito sa bahay ng mga Huskers sa Lucena City, Quezon Province para sa isa na namang exciting home game. Pero isa pa sa inaabangan nila dito ay ang kanilang Pasayahan Festival 2025. Binibida nila dito ang kanilang pansit chami, lokal na pagkain dito sa Lucena at ang kanilang Alam Mardi Gras na celebration. May cooking contest, eating contest, sayawan, float parade at ngayon isang matinding laban ng Quezon Huskers versus the visitors, Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. This is MPBL Season 7 sa Lucena, Quezon Province.
The Quezon Huskers have since recovered from a recent defeat, but in a season filled with challenges, there's really no time to rest. The Huskers welcome the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys to the Quezon Convention Center, looking to give their home fans something to cheer about. But the Cowboys are tough as nails, and they are ready to give the Huskers all that they can handle. Sean Kitevis and the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys looking to spoil the homecoming again of the Quezon Huskers. LJ Gonzalez trying to change that script after they bowed to the Pampanga Giant Lanterns in their recent game here. Siyempre, gusto nilang bumawi in front of their home fans dito sa Quezon Convention Center in Lucena. It's Ilagan Isabela against Quezon in our main game dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Magandang gabi po mga kaliga sa Love Tupas, kasama si Mike Perez. Sidney Crespo gave you that wonderful intro right in front of the Capitol dito sa Lucena. And syempre, we welcome everyone watching on Facebook and syempre on our friends watching on Solar. And Coach Mike, alam natin, Quezon, they really want to win it for their home fans, but Ilagan, they're coming off a big win in Bataan in front of Bataan's home fans.
Let me tell you, in terms of effort defensively, ito na yata ang dalawang team na maganda rin mag-match up, no? Of course, Quezon being the #1 defensive team, samantalang itong Ilagan, pretty good defensively also, allowing only 70 points for their opponents, and you expect, I think, this is going to be a defensive game.
Oo, and buksan muna natin ang ating team standings bago tayo tumuloy-tuloy sa ating coverage dito. Quezon at number 3, Muntinlupa winning over Quezon City earlier. They move up to number 2, and the Quezon 9-2 so far for 3rd spot in the South Division. And you know, that could change tonight with a win over Ilagan. Pero sa North Division, itong Ilagan, number 8 at the moment. They are behind Pangasinan with a 6-4 record, and the Cowboys, it's been a mix of both yung kanilang record. Some tough losses, but some big wins as well. Some really memorable wins right on their first season dito sa Liga.
And the thing with their losses, very close games, no? Talagang nakita mo talagang nakadiin rin pagdating sa depensa at labanan itong Ilagan.
Ilagan, in their last game, we traveled all the way to Orion, Bataan for this one, and we watched this and we covered this, Coach Mike, and napaka-exciting ang game na to. And it went down the wire. It was a 89 to 80 win, and I think this is a different score right here. No, iba yung lumabas sa ating graphic, but you know, it was a close win at 69 to 67 ang victory na yan for the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Big shot by Alan Mina in the end. Mark Dyke with some solid with a solid game, and syempre the rest of the Cowboys pulling it off with their inspiring defensive effort.
Agree, and it was pretty much total team effort. Sama mo na dyan si Makoy Marcos, who had 11 points, and he was 2 out of 6 from 3. Well, they shot well from the field. They struggled though from 3, pero crucial yung 3-point make ni Allen Mina. And the points of turnovers, 24 they got out of the 21 turnovers that they forced on Bataan in that game.
The Quezon Huskers, on the other hand, you know, encountered a little trouble in pulling off their last victory. They beat the Valenzuela City Magic by a convincing margin, 75-55. It finished para dito sa Quezon, and just the perfect game to set themselves up for this homestand against Ilagan.
I think one of the things that you'll remember in that game was Judel Fuentes was 3 out of 6 from 3, and Joshua Hierro 4 out of 4 from 3 points. They were plus 6 points in the paints, and the bench was pretty good. Led, of course, by Hierro. They were plus 23 in that department. Just a complete win para dito sa Huskers in that match against Val City.
This is going to be a good one. Quezon against Ilagan Isabela dito sa Lucena. Let's go to Richard Campos for the starting lineup.
Huskers, live on Solar Sports. Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7 at the Quezon Convention Center. Up first, the starting lineup for Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. At forward number 5, Josh Giab. Also at forward number 6, McCoy Marcos. Playing center number 15, Alan Santos. Point guard number 18, Philip Manalang. Two guard number 29, Alan Mina. The head coach is Louis Gonzalez, assisted by Mixon Ramos, Eric De La Cuesta, Ans Robles, Alex Calweng, and Ethel Tacorda. Team consultant Glenn Capaccio. The team managers, newly elected Vice Mayor Jabe Diaz, Board Member EJ Diaz and Joji Fournier. Team governors, Ricky Lagi and Joey Fournier. Team honors, J.O. Diaz, Governor Rodito Albano and Mayor J. Diaz. And now, for your Quezon Huskers! Coming in at center number 19, JP Sarao. Forward number 8, Christian Pagaran. Point guard number 6, Diego Dario. Power forward number 5, Simon Sandagon. Shooting guard number 2, Judel Fuentes. The Quezon Huskers is led by Eric Gonzalez, assisted by Richie Tixon, Nash Racela, Ed De La Torre, Luis Tonasco, Jonathan De Guzman, Bernard Tiguilla, and Jeric Teng. Team manager, attorney Don Capunan.
Starting 5 is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. The visiting Ilagan Isabela Cowboys have Philip Manalang, Alan Mina, Alan Santos, and the homegrown player for Quezon, Josh Giab as well, who hails from Pagbilao. McCoy Marcos completing the starting 5. And para naman sa Quezon, JP Sarao, Diego Dario, Simon Sandagon, Christian Pagaran, and Judel Fuentes. The referees for this game, Jobit Ocfemia, Edgar Aspes, Paul Francisco, and the fourth man is Manuel Binondo. We are underway from the Quezon Convention Center in Lucena. Alan Santos with a runner. Sandagon with a rebound off that miss. Takbo si Pagaran. And that hit the board, sa likod ng board, tumama. And I think a white shirt got a touch. So bola ng mga naka-orange.
Yeah, this will be Huskers ball. But you immediately feel yung energy nitong bawat team na ito, no, at the get-go.
Well, Judel Fuentes misses the open 3 off that inbound. McCoy Marcos, binabatay ni Diego Dario. Here's Alan Mina. Giab. Wow. Giab thought about it. Balik muna kay Manalang. Now with McCoy, has this matchup against Diego Dario, and a foul on Diego. 2 free throws for McCoy Marcos. He starts the game at the line. And again, we'll talk about the last game. Alam kong maganda yung nilaro ng Ilagan, but the free throw shooting, oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
They were 9 of 25, I believe. They were 36%.
Oo, yun yung challenge nun eh.
And they start the game with the miss.
bawat mintis na free throw nun, talagang ramdam mo na mabigat, lalo na if you're from Ilagan, and you see the reaction from the bench.
And 0 for 2 to start the game. Makoy Marcos only 39% from the line. Fuentes, bigay kay Diego Dario. Alan Mina right in front of him. Judel, binabatayan ni Manalang. Nice up fake, and Judel Fuentes puts it in.
Judel Fuentes immediately trying to get in the groove of the game, getting a shot attempt twice already and making 1 out of 2.
Nabitawan ni Giab. Picked up by Sandagon. Mina gives up the foul to stop the fast break. First turnover for the Cowboys.
One thing you notice though, at least very early on the 2 sets na nakita natin, talagang defensive itong mga teams na ito. Alam nila kung saan manggagaling yung help, kung sila ay naka-opensa at kung depensa naman, talagang disiplinado na gawin yung kanilang mga schemes.
2-0, 8.5 minutes to play here in the first period. Fuentes, binabantayan ni Philip Manalang. Dario, fade away. Yes! Diego Dario. 4-0 Quezon. Mina. They go to Giab. It's an offensive foul. And if it's on Allen Mina, that's number 2 on Allen.
Well, 2 quick ones from Allen. And you know how very much they want to keep Allen Mina on the floor, especially without Art.
And Art de la Cruz is missing for the 3rd straight game.
But I did like that play for Diego Dario going the right side of the floor. They practically cleared that right side so that after that Iverson cut by Dario, he gets that entire lane free for himself.
Here's Judel Fuentes. Libre si Sarao. Beautiful 2-man game. 6-0 Huskers.
Post screening that move. JP Sarao just clearly located by Judel.
Giab against Sarao. And Giab of Pagbilao, Quezon puts Ilagan on the board.
Isa na yan sa napakahalagang mga pyesa para dito sa Ilagan na makatulong sa scoring. Yan si Josh Giab.
And I tell you, the Giab Sarao comparison, ang ganda.
Agree.
Because both are undersized at the 4 and both play very well with their back to the basket.
Agree.
Ramirez for 3, does not hesitate. Josh Ramirez.
Yeah, that's a good one. A good sign para dito sa Ilagan. If you see somebody outside of Gab Gomez knocking down 3, so steal right here.
Manalang leaves it to Giab. Oh. No good on the layup.
Tough finish.
Dario attacks. And that ball batted away by Alan Santos. It will stay with the Huskers as Ryan Arenal enters the game.
And Diego Dario momentarily trying to freeze that defense by Alan Santos. Try to go inside.
This is the assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Dario. Sarao gets it to Sandagon inside. Basket plus the foul.
That's the thing about the bigs of the Quezon Huskers. These guys are very mobile, if you ask me. Jason Opiso, Simon Sandagon, JP Sarao. Those guys move a lot inside the paint, and so you have to be mindful where they are. Try and box them out and try to limit any action inside the paint.
And Simon Sandagon so far this season, 6.7 points, 4.5 rebounds. Sandagon completes the 3-point play. It's 9-5 for the Huskers. Manalang. Arenal back to Philip. Giab. With the movement off the ball. McCoy, step back 3. Sarao trying to save that basketball. And it looks like it will be white ball. Cowboys possession.
They were trying to shrink the floor with post up. I think that was Bogay or Joshua earlier. But instead, McCoy ended up with a 3 attempt.
McCoy Marcos off the inbound.
And that's one of the favorite baseline out of bounds para dito sa Ilagan. A little screen for McCoy Marcos on that dive.
Jodel, nice fake. Fuentes, yes! And one.
That's just clearly basketball IQ. You know how much you're getting checked if you're Jodel Fuentes. Went to the middle against McCoy. Tried to give that Hesse of a pump fake. Lets him fly by and finish.
Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. We expected a defensive battle, but so far, Quezon having their way. That's a dribbling violation on Philip Manala. Coach Louis Gonzalez hails from this city, Lucena. Sandago. They go to Pagaran. The foul on Ramirez. And Ilagan is already in penalty.
Yeah, and you've got Ramirez with a foul. That's two already very early in the game. So you got Allen Mina with a couple, and then Ramirez as well with two.
Guteves and Gab Gomez, the two former Blue Eagles, are set to check in for the Cowboys. Fuentes finished with 13 against Valenzuela. 4 rebounds and 3 assists as well. 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. Jodel Fuentes. Very streaky. I can see
Si Jodel Fuentes. Pag nakakita yan ng isang pumasok, you know, he's gonna keep on going at it.
And crowd is cheering because homegrown star Topeng Lagrama has entered the game. Gab Gomez. Arenal. They go to Giab against Vince Magbuhos. Giab looking for a way through. He traveled.
And that's twice already that they've gotten to that look on that left side low block, trying to exploit advantages on their very strong guards and wingmen against the post-up. But they have not been, you know, that successful in that type of move.
Pagaran. Sandago trying to go back door. Arenal holding on to him.
Well, he went back door kasi naka-overplay na si Arenal. He was trying to front him on that one pass away situation. So nothing else for Simon to do but to backdoor. Clearly that path underneath was free.
With Art De La Cruz out for the 3rd straight game, we'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Front line looks a little thin here for the Cowboys. Coach Luis that has Mark Dyke and Dave Ando.
Oh, si Ando pa pala, no?
Aside from Alan Santos and itong si Ryan Arenal and Giab. It's a 9-point lead, early 9-point lead for Quezon, 16-7. Guteves to Giab. Ramirez for 3. Yes! He's got the stroke tonight, Josh Ramirez.
Saka gusto mo dito kay Ramirez talagang kumpiyansa pagka tumira, regardless how many misses he's done. Oh, wow.
Big rebound galing kay Yero.
That's why you get a Joshua Yero. He's pretty active on the glass.
18-10 is the count. Gab Gomez fires a 3, short. Giab with a rebound. Bigay kay Ramirez, who's got the hot hand, and he scores! 3 triples for Joshua Ramirez here for Ilagan. Yero to Magbuhos for 3, no. Watch out for Joshua Ramirez here. 18-13.
Yeah, a couple of shooters on the floor at the same time para din sa Ilagan.
There's a foul. Check out this three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. He struggled in the last game. And si Joshua Ramirez, you know, with this Ilagan team, it's all about really just making amends, getting the opportunity to make amends. It's the same thing that happened with Alan Mina in the last game.
Yung knockdown na 3 niya no, towards the end of the game.
0 for 4 si Josh in the last game. It's a 3-second violation on Joseph Gabaini.
And so far, if the threes are gonna fall para dito sa Ilagan, it should help spread that floor for the other guys to go and dribble, penetrate, especially Josh Diaz, who's gonna benefit a lot from there.
Here's Quezon against Judel Fuentes.
Gonna have that look on that post-up. Oh no.
Gomez for 3. No. Ball tapped around. Quezon picks it up. Loose ball picked up by Magbuhos. Topping Lagrama on the move. Topping left-handed scoop won't go. Gabaini inside. He puts it in. It's 20-13. Quezon, 3 minutes and 20 remaining in the first.
Talk about staying the course. Joseph Gabaini right there waited for that right moment to pick it up and stick it back in.
Ramirez, Arenal, Quezon will fire. No, Lagrama with a rebound. Topping looking up, waits for Magbuhos. Hard foul by Joshua Ramirez.
Oh boy, that's gonna be 3.
Yeah, that's 3 on Joshua, pero they might review this and he might get upgraded. Ramirez, it might get upgraded. Looks like there's a quick decision here. Referee Jovet Okfemia.
Definitely not a play on the ball.
Tatlo na si Joshua Ramirez, and in comes Mark Dyke and J.R. Olegario.
It was an unsportsmanlike foul on number 8, Joshua Ramirez, for excessive hard contact.
Excessive hard contact.
Itong dalawang papasok na to, si Mark Dyke at si Olegario, iba rin ang spark na dala nito from off the bench para sa Ilagan. Pero the three-point making of Ramirez, no? You want to see that some more in this game if you're Ilagan.
Yeah, malaking bagay yan.
Oo.
Vince Magbuhos sinks the first free throw. 62% free throw shooter. Split at the line for Vince Magbuhos. Under 3 minutes to play, Quezon already with 21 points against this Ilagan team that has held its opponents to less than 70 in the last 2 games, short on the 3. There is a foul. Looks like it will go against Joseph Gabaini. And Mark Dyke finished with 12 points in the last game. And a big-time block down the stretch.
That's right.
Against Capulong.
Oh, it's a crucial play.
Now look at this matchup here. Lagrama and Olegario. JR to Dyke inside the paint. Well defended. Labas si Dyke. Binigay kay Kit Teves, who shoots. No good. Gabaini secures the rebound for Quezon. Abundo.
A couple of guys sealing down there.
Magbuhos trying to exploit the matchup here. Hierro now with Gabaini against Arenal. Gabaini shoots short. Rebound ni Dyke. Olegario on the move. Ketevis uses the Arenal pick. Olegario with a rebound. JR finding his way through. Oh! Ayaw umakyat ang bola.
Oo. Well, they love putting Oligario on that weak side, the corner fill. And ang dami niya nagagawa dun sa ganong pwesto.
Nagbuhos against Gab Gomez.
Switch.
There's a switch. Lagrama. Nagbuhos. Natanggap yung bola. Nabitawan. They force a turnover, Ilagan. Gab Gomez to Olegario. Only a long two. It's an air ball. Quickly to Abundo. Alvin, nandun si Kitevis nakabantay. Yero back to Abundo who stepped on the line. Grabe ang aksyon natin in this first period.
A really quick transition action for both these teams. Wala lang conversion, but you see how they run fast breaks. Your little cross-court pass once you cross the half court, and then a try on the baseline side to fill it up. If not, you pick it up for the corner guy.
They've been stuck at 21-13. 4 turnovers for Ilagan, 3 lang for Quezon. Olegario against Lagrama. Olegario 0 for 2 so far. Oh, 0 for 3 rather.
Yeah, and so far that matchup has not produced anything favorable for Oligario.
Now Jason Opiso is in the game. Lagrama. Magbuhos. Lumapit. Opiso, that's a shot. Yes!
Yeah, that is his shot. And definitely that's Jason Opiso's range. You leave him 15 feet in, that's pretty much his comfort zone.
10-point lead for Quezon. Manalang. Dyke, 3. Short. Magbuhos is whistled for the foul. 18 seconds remaining in the first period. Wala pa sa penalty ang Quezon. They're very patient here in this play ang Quezon.
Oh, and really just waited. Really just waited for that guy to come in and help and bring it up for Jason.
It's 23-13. The Cowboys ahead. The Huskers ahead, rather. 18 seconds to play here in the first. Quezon Huskers with a 1-1 home record dito sa kanilang Quezon Convention Center, 79-64. Ang panalo nila sa Binyan in their first game here. Lost to Pampanga in the last game 2 weeks ago. They are 9-2 so far, and they are up by 10 here in the first period against the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. And so far, so good for the Huskers.
Yeah, and the thing that's been doing well for the Huskers are those paint touches and paint finishes. That's where they made most of their points. Samantalang dito sa Ilagan, those 3 3-pointers have proven very crucial in their scoring.
Olegario, Mintis, Dyke, put back, good.
A good combo right there with Dyke picking up. Oh, another crash inside.
JP Sarao running the floor, and I'm sure Coach Louie will not be happy with the way that opening period finished with that basket from JP Sarao. The Quezon Huskers looking good at home. Strong start, Judel Fuentes, JP Sarao, and the rest of the Quezon team.
Yeah, paint points and free throws. That's pretty much been the activity para dito sa Quezon Huskers. That's why they had this lead. Pero again, babalik tayo din sa mga 3-point makes nitong Ilagan that allowed them to score this much, 15 in the first quarter. Though they're down right now, second quarter's coming up. They got to do a little bit better here.
Welcome back to the MPBL. This is an important home game for the Quezon Huskers, especially after falling once again to the Pampanga Giant Lanterns here at home. Kahit bago pa nga lang daw sa liga ang Ilagan Isabela Cowboys, kwento ni Coach Richie Tixon na pinaghandaan talaga nila ang depensa ng kalaban. Very aggressive nga daw. So they need everybody's help from young players like Yero and of course the veterans with experience like Banal and Abundo who can play both small and big roles. Unfortunately, they don't have Tamsi tonight due to back spasm. Quezon knows they can't just go with the flow. They need to match or even surpass nga daw the aggressiveness of the Cowboys who have already pulled off impressive wins this season. So daw, Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, Sid, and pretty much on point si Coach Richie on the sa pinapakita ng Ilagan Isabela, but they've done a great job to counter it here in the first period. And in fact, sila pa yung nagdidictate ng nangyayari sa loob ng court ngayon.
Oo, at napakalaking tulong rin yung mga conversions sa kanila mga ine-execute. And so far, itong Ilagan, after yung mga made threes na yun, they're trying to find where else the other scoring would come from. And for the most part, yung mga attempts nila either sa 3 or sa paint 2 set.
And Dave Ando draws the foul underneath. So the way, kung gaano ka-active itong Ilagan sa kanilang opensa, may malilibre talaga, Coach, no?
Totoo. And ilang beses nakita natin, nakakuha ng bola sa ilalim, nakakapag-post up, just like yung kilos na yan ni Ando. Minsan, it's just a matter of finish. Katulad kanina kay Oligario, lapit na, hindi lang talaga umaakit yung bola.
And Dave Ando, he looks fitter compared to last season when he was with San Juan.
At saka pakiramdam ko dun sa game with Bataan, he played crucial minutes in there.
Yeah. LJ Gonzalez, by the way, is in the game. It's his first time in the game, no? Tagal niyang hindi siya nakapasok sa sa first quarter.
Right.
Pinasok ni Coach Eric. Inside they go. Oh, foul on Dyke. Medyo natakpan tayo doon sa play na yon. Daming naka-orange saka nakaputi.
At some point, I thought there was a trouble, pero natawagan na ng foul doon si Mark Dyke. So he shuffled his feet.
Giab returns for Mark Dyke. So changes in the lineup. Giab, Ando, Gomez, Manalang, and Oligario, the 5 on the floor for Ilagan. For Quezon, free throw of the game muna tayo, brought to you by Extreme Appliances at Subok at Kompleto Appliances brand ng Pilipinas. For Quezon, Eman Tagle checks in. LJ Gonzalez, Jason Apiso, JP Sarao, and Alvin Abundo. 3 points in the game para kay Jason Apiso.
Saka itong Ilagan na po puwersang kumilos on their feet, nasalo na sa depensa kasi very few times makikita mo multiple dribbles para dito sa Quezon Huskers. It's always 1 dribble, 2 dribble pass.
Oligario, nabitaw ng bola. He gets trapped. Former teammate JP Sarao doing a terrific job with those quick hands.
Mahirap yung naging separation ni Oligario. I mean, you're down there in the corner, you're getting doubled by bigger guys, and you don't have teammates na malapit sa'yo na mapapasahan mo.
Gab Gomez sits and Oligario sits. Kitevis and Alan Mina are back in the game for Ilagan.
Pero kung ikaw Ilagan, gusto mo pa rin yung energy guys na meron ka sa floor right now.
Judel Fuentes is also back for Quezon. Sarao to Eman Tagle. Tagle for 3. It's short. Rebound. Fought for. Nakuha ni Kitevis.
Good box out by Alan Mina.
Giab. Back to SQ. Manalang gets it back. Philip drives and right to the gut of the D. And Manalang mahinga muna sa ilalim ng basket before shooting the bonus. What a move. Galing dito kay Philip Manalang. Got the step on Tagle.
Oo, importante doon pagkasalo niya. Hindi na siya tumigil. Nakita niya kagad. Open yung post sa side na yon. So pwede ko nang atakihin. And he just exploited that opportunity.
And 26-19. Ito yung laro yung sistema nila, Coach Louie. Always requires you to think really quick and act really quick.
Yeah, agree. Kaya kailangan mabilis ang reads mo and mabilis ang decision making mo. It's almost the same play that they ran earlier.
Fuentes gets away and puts it in.
Pareho ng play kanina kay Diego Dario, but this time they did not give up that ball and allowed Judel Fuentes that lane downhill.
9 points for Judel. Strong start para sa kanya. Ooh. Giab is fouled on the way to the basket. They just cause a lot of confusion. Actually, yung dalawang sistema dito ng opensa, napakaganda panoorin.
Well, nanggagaling kasi yan dyan sa convergence. Coaches would always say, convergence creates confusion. So, pag nakikita ka ng dalawang player na magkasama, hindi mo alam kung sino magko-cover. Exactly yan nangyari yan. So, it matters your philosophy and communication. Do we switch? Do we go under? Do we go over?
Yeah. And it all goes back to what are your rules?
Exactly.
And not forgetting those rules, but free throw shooting continues to hound the Cowboys. They're 2 of 6.
The thing about the Cowboys, if you look at their free throw percentage, 87%, 75%, they are good free throw shooters. Kaya lang pag in-game, lalo na pag dikit, doon nawawalan no?
Oh, Fuentes, yes!
Oh, yeah.
He's torching Ilagan here in the first half. 12 puntos na for Judel. Manalang with a layup, fouled by Sarao. He'll go back to the free throw line, Philip Manalang.
And gusto ko tong ginagawa ni Philip Manalang.
There's a 3-point shot. Is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Kitemis was away from Fuentes there the whole time.
You can't afford to give him that space, let alone go under on any pin downs or corner exits. You have to stick with him and refuse to be screened.
Manalang gets the first one to drop. Sarao with the offensive, that's Giab rather, with the offensive rebound, and he puts it in to cut the deficit to 8.
Oh, naisingit niya yung pwesto na yon para maisongkit. Yung timing no?
Magaling talaga ni Giab sa ganun no?
Oh no.
Fuentes! Oh! Init ni Judel Fuentes. 15 puntos na.
That looked like just a simple pin away para dito kay Judel.
Manalang trying to answer. He misses. Rebound ni Dario. Alan Santos will check in sa next dead ball for Ilagan. Fuentes. Mainit ang kamay niyan. Sarao spins. Nandun si Ando.
Good defense.
Sarao nabitawan ng bola. Giab with a steal.
Ganda, di ba? Just sticking to the guy with the ball, making it difficult for him inside the paint.
Manalang. 14 on the shot clock here. Mina. Giab with the pick. Ando with the pick. Ando lost it. Sakto ang pasa. Fuentes, yes.
And that's just quick thinking for Judel Fuentes. Alam niya na pag walang napasahan ng bola galing sa wing papunta sa baba, babalik yun sa top. Kaya,
what a move.
oh wow.
Giab putting on the clinic.
Oh, 4 straight points on, trying to create space inside.
Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. What a move. Akala mo dun tatapos sa kabila, dito pala
Kinuha pa rin sa inside. No? Pero nagsimula yun sa up fake Nung nakita niya kumagat si Opiso, that's when he put the ball on the floor and made that baseline race. Naunahan niya.
Completes the 3-point play. Sampu pa rin ang lamang dito ng Quezon. Hoy Marcos has returned. Alan Santos as well. There's a foul on Philip Manalang. Only the second team foul for the Cowboys. Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Pop. Personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke.
Yun ay alam ni Judel Fuentes. Dinideny ng kakampi ko yung pasa diretso sa poste. Malamang ipapasa ito sa taas and just getting in the passing lanes, deflecting it and stealing it and recovering for that finish.
It's a hard foul.
On the weak side, nakita mo rin yung action with Judel.
And a lot happened there.
Agree.
Alan Santos not happy as well. Manalang has stayed on the floor. Alan Santos, hard foul. Looked like a close fist as well.
Well, McCoy went under and he got beat.
Yeah.
And that left
Yeah, yun naman ang sa kabila.
yun sa kabila yung sinasabi ko.
Oh, there's a
Parang angat ng...
koting pitik.
Oh, yeah. Actually, kanina pa si Judel, whoever is guarding him, is trying to get in his mind. And so, dinadaan sa, yung little mind games. But that situation, though, happened yung kay Diego Dario because McCoy went under the screen. And so, once nag-recover si Diego, advantage na siya and late na yung foot speed nitong si Alan Santos.
So they're reviewing calls. There was no call on the contact on Philip Manalang, Judel Fuentes.
Pag ganun ba, pwede nilang tawagan yun? Off-ball?
Yeah, I think may ball pen. Si Referee Jovi Tocpeña, ibig sabihin marami ang kanyang ibibigay na hatol.
Na kailangang isulat, medyo marami-rami. But in the manner of how these guys play, we talked about Quezon being a very number one defensive team and pumapalag rin naman sa depensa.
A team that takes a lot of pride with their defense.
Agree.
A team. This is a team collectively. Nakita nga natin yung numero. Binaba pa nila yung opponent's scoring this season to 64.8.
From 17, 20, 24 in last season. And so, nakikita mo, ang laki ng progression niya.
Let's listen to the verdict first here.
It's a double and sportsmanlike foul between Ilagan Isabela, number 15, Alan Santos is first, and Quezon Huskers, number 2, Judel Fuentes.
So, a double and sportsmanlike. Judel on Philip Manalang and Alan Santos on Diego Dario.
Yes.
So it's gonna cancel out. And the ball will remain with
And interesting is sa side nila Jodel
yeah.
Dalawang hit one going down by Jodel and another one going up which hit the head of Philip.
And they're checking. Coach Louis adamant that they have to check again.
The claim was on, I think, on the closed fist on the side of Judel.
We're in for a long evening.
Oh, yeah.
We're in for a long evening.
Pag ikaw ay naglalaro ng matinding depensa, tama ka dun eh. Yung pride ba nandun? Hindi mo
Oo.
pwedeng iskoran, di ba? Hindi papayag
Ang
yan.
dami ng score ni Judel
Oo
Puentes.
nga.
Ang dami na eh.
Oh, that's the thing. And at some point, yung mga teams talaga na highly defensive, nangyayaring ganito, yung may physicality. Because that's part of the nature of playing a lot of defense. You get to bump and chuck sa mga kalaban.
I like it sometimes, but
I'm sure yung mga coaches right now of both teams gusto settle muna tayo, relax lang tayo.
kaya nga. Parang ako din eh. Gusto ko muna mag-relax eh. Medyo matagal-tagal to ha.
Aha. 10-point difference.
I don't want to be in referee's place right now.
Mahirap. It's tough. So far, it's an all 11 quarter for both these teams.
Tingnan natin yung sa far side because the contact was clearly dito sa kabila, no? That's one, that's two.
Oh, yeah. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina, yung tapik pababa, tas pataas.
Oo.
But the question is, was it closed fist?
Kaya nga. Because the contact was above
Right. Sa
shoulder.
yeah. He was holding that corner because alam niya pag rumive si Diego, pagka wala yun, yung kick out papunta sa kanya. And speaking of Judel on that corner action with Philip.
We're stuck at 5 minutes and 40 seconds in the second quarter. Judel Fuentes is humihingi pa kasi ng isa pa. Take a closer look at this. Ang Ilagan Isabela Cowboys.
And so they're really reviewing that part of Judel and Philip. Yun na talaga. Because malaki yan kung for Ilagan, if ever that does become dalawang unspo, no?
No, if it's upgraded.
Yeah, if it's upgraded.
But we can't stay all night for that.
Upon
yeah,
review,
definitely.
the last call has upgraded to a disqualifying foul on
So, yes,
Alan
I told
Santos
you.
and
Yeah.
Judel Puentes. Alan Santos and Judel Puentes are out of the playing court.
Both of them. Alan and Judel, and now it's Coach Eric Gonzalez's turn.
Boy, much as we understand kung anong kino-contribute ni Alan pagdating sa big man role sa Ilagan, yung puntos rin ni ni Judel Fuentes. Oo. Judel has 17 points already
Oo.
on a 6 of 8 shooting. 2 of 4 from 3, perfect from the line, perfect from the field, from the perimeter.
And Alan Santos and Judel Fuentes have been disqualified from this ball game.
Well, this is pretty interesting development para dito sa dalawang teams na ito. I feel more on the side of the Huskers because Judel has been the steadiest shooter so far
Yeah.
para sa kanila.
But this is a deep team. Itong Quezon. There are, LJ Gonzalez is still there. But the way Judel Fuentes has been playing tonight,
Yes.
it's a huge blow for the Huskers. Alan Santos is already out of the court and headed for the dugout. And Judel Fuentes. And wala na rin yata si Judel, no? Ano pa rin?
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still there on the
He's still
bench.
there.
Nakatayo.
Let's not forget though, si Joshua Hierro on their last game was actually 4 out of 4 as well from 3. So we'll see how that goes in this game. But definitely somebody's got to take on the scoring production nito ni Jodel Fuentes. Ang mahirap nito sa perspective ni Jodel, you prepared for this game.
Yeah.
And I guess even on the side of Alan, ganun din.
Yeah. But mabigat to for Quezon. They do have a 10-point lead, thanks in large part to this Jodel Fuentes explosion here in the first half.
Agree.
With 17 points. And Jodel has been waiting for this type of game from him.
Yes. It's 17 points in 10 minutes for Jodel.
Yeah.
That's pretty
But we have to
productive.
continue here.
Agree.
I don't think we can be held hostage by the calls here. We have a game to play.
Yeah. This game's got to go on.
Kaya nga eh. But because dalawang beses nag-review. That we've been at it for like a good 10-15 minutes already. And we have a lot of basketball left to play.
Tsaka yung momentum magkakaroon ng, does Quezon retain that momentum, or does, the Ilagan Cowboys get something good out of this?
Judel Fuentes. No, you can't do that here. Baka, may madagdagan pa yung ano eh. So, better to let it go. And I know emotions are running high. Totally understandable. But let's do this. Let's play the game. We're all here for it.
I think what Quezon was asking was that Diego Dario was supposed to get a couple of free throws because he got fouled as he was trying to get for a layup while that foul away from
This
the
is a
ball
good
happened.
timeout, though.
Yes.
This is a good timeout by Coach Eric. Settle down his troops. Regroup. And we need this break. Thank you, Coach Eric. We'll be right back. Back inside the Quezon Convention Center in Lucena. It's a 10-point lead for the Quezon Huskers. 7 seconds remaining in their shot clock. Dario pulls up. That won't go. Rebound ni Philip Manalang. To recap what happened, disqualifying fouls on Alan Santos of Ilagan and Jodel Fuentes of Quezon have been called. Fuentes already with 17 points in this game. Has to leave because of that disqualifying foul. 36-26. Gab Banal, Vince Magbuhos, Joseph Gabayni, Christian Pagaran, and Diego Dario ang 5 for Quezon. Pagaran, travel. Makoy Marcos, Allen Mina, Philip Manalang, Ryan Arenal, and Joshua Giab ang 5 para dito sa Ilagan. 5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Malaking tanong dito, kaninong momentum yung mananatili after that long break.
Manalang. Giab. Mina fires. No. Well defended by Quezon all the way there. Allen Mina.
Yeah. Catch and shoot. He had the defender on him. Pwede sanang atakihin yung baseline side eh. That lane side, that baseline part was pretty much open for a catch and shoot and ball on the floor situation para kay kay Allen Mina.
Gilmer De La Torre. Pinasok dito ni Coach Louie. Role player for Ilagan.
Now that's interesting. Taking on Diego Dario.
It's missed the last, I think the last time we saw action was in early part of the season ng March pa. Banal against Arenal. Banal drives, finds Pagaran, 2 points. Pagaran has stayed back. Giab, Makoy for 3. No. Pagaran looks like he's holding onto his groin area.
And he is still here right in front of us.
Assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Ayun yung kay Arenal.
Doon siya sa spot kung saan naglanding si Pagaran after that shot.
Well, Gabanal drove the baseline side at umakad na lure in na niya yung secondary defender, saka lang niya ipinasa kay Pagaran. Doon sa habol, tinamaan si Pagaran.
The foul ng Gabanal. Nasa penalty ng Quezon. LJ, not his usual minutes here, Coach Mike. Yeah, quite interesting how he's being utilized in this game. Did not start. It was Diego Dario who got the start. Arenal, 2 for 2.
And, nagiging na to, parang psychological na yung no? You know, defensively trying to get into the minds of your opponent.
Delay of game warning on McCoy. Very interesting game here. 4 minutes to go, second period. Quezon ahead against Ilagan, 38-28. Gabanal puts the ball on the deck. Foul on Gilmer De La Torres to stop the drive from Gab.
The defense looked like a 1-3-1 zone. And once that ball hit the corner, naiwan na si De La Torres. Gab tried to go baseline side on that attack.
Gabayni. LJ. Gonzalez against Giab. Banal back to LJ. 5 seconds to work with. Gonzalez drives. Kick out to Banal. That's a 3. No. Gabayni lost the ball. De La Torre. Philip Manalang. Giab against Magbuhos. Arenal jumper. That's short. De La Torre saves it to Arenal. Arenal nearly lost the handle. It's a foul. They thrive in this sa mga sitwasyon na to. Itong Cowboys, a lot of confusion, emotions are running high, and they tend to get, you know, they thrive, they feed off this type of situations here.
Agree.
Sa young existence nila dito sa MPBL.
Totoo yan. Kasi yung dami ng games nila na naging close, parang dito sila nagpe-perform better in my opinion. That Bataan game had those moments too, but these guys rise up to the occasion. And doon mo makikita, I feel yung resolve nito mga players na ito na patuloy na lumaban na despite this, you know, situation na high intensity, high pressure.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. 2 free throws converted by Ryan Arenal. 8-point lead for Quezon. Nasa gitna si Magbuhos. Bigay kay Dario from the corner. No. Magbuhos sticks it back in. Inside, that's Giab. Lado malalim. Josh Giab. Arenal keeps it alive. Makoy Marcos launches the 3. That won't go. Tapikan ng bola. Magbuhos. Bigay kay Diego Dario. Banal to Vince. Sarao wants it against Giab. What a matchup. Sarao lost it. Double team. Arenal finds Magbuhos. Balik kay Sarao. Push shot. No. Tapikan. It ends up with Sarao. LJ scores! What a sequence for both teams. Quezon offensively staying with it and defensively for Ilagan.
Nagmamatter yung 50-50 ball situation kung sino yung humahabol at nakakakuha.
Oh,
Ooh,
huge collision there.
straight to the face of JP Sarao.
Big collision between Makoy Marcos and JP Sarao. Ayan natin yung nangyari dito.
Oh yeah, yung tapik sa likod ng bola ni Vince Magbuhos led to that off-balance situation para kay Makoy. Tinamaan yung mukha ni JP Sarao.
And Sarao hopefully is okay.
But it did look that he got that arm of Makoy, no? Diretso dun sa face niya.
Hindi para sa ano to. Dapat matibay ang loob mo dito. Nasa second quarter pa lang tayo, mga kaibigan. 2 minutes remaining. Quezon up by 12.
Expectation, it's gonna be a dogfight. Siyempre, alam na, knowing yung system din ng kultura ng Quezon Huskers, talagang ayun yung challenge ko sa players ko for today's game. Talagang we need to match. And kung kaya namin i-outwork sila.
Well, now that lumabas na yung soundbite na yun, okay. Alam natin bakit may ganito na yung game natin. Kasi, you know, you always expect this from Coach Louis' team. And sometimes they may be short on talent, you know, not the strongest on paper. Pero, you know, they will work extremely hard for him and the Ilagan Isabela community na nire-represent nila.
And no question on the compete side, definitely yun yung mga nagiging character ng mga teams na hawak ni Coach Louis. These guys are gonna compete. 3 on its way.
Gilmer misses. Good tap by Arenal. Iab. Arenal is there. Ball slipping out of his hands. Tracked down by Philip. Sarao not giving up. LJ. Ball is loose. And it's last touch on the white shirts.
Well, clearly, the effort you're seeing from both these teams, no?
And
Opensa or depensa, ha?
ano din eh. Ayaw din magpatalo
Oo.
nila Coach Eric sa effort eh.
Totoo. I mean, if both teams would have a message to each one, as you see this habol sa 50-50 ball na naman, Sarao and LJ right there, but Philip really losing his balance as LJ was trying to go for that finish.
Banal is open. He fires. No. And De La Torre tracks it down. Philip Manalang drives and loses the ball. A steal by LJ Gonzalez. LJ bigay kay Vince a foul on Gilmer De La Torre. He will send LJ to the line.
Oh, pero may numero doon yung yung Quezon Huskers. That was a 4-on-2 fast break with LJ leading the charge. And then both these teams, kung may message about is, well, one of the top teams here in the South says Quezon, pero ito namang Ilagan, kumbaga, we're not afraid of you. We're gonna compete.
(43-30).
Nung lumabas si LJ, bumaba, wala pa nakakashoot ng 3 points. Sorry,
Judel.
si Judel. It's only Judel who's made dalawang 3 points. Everyone else has not made anything from there.
And Huskers 2 of 10 so far from beyond the arc. Turnover. Backcourt violation. This is now the biggest lead of the game for Quezon. By any team, rather. And by the time Judel and Alan Santos disqualifying fouls dito, it was 38-28. Now it's 44-30. Gonzalez to Hierro, wide open, a 3, no. Ando with the rebound.
That'll be on Josh, I think.
Yeah, Guillaume. Kaya hindi nakatalon si Sandagon.
Kasi ito, masipag itong Huskers din. Every time na may tumitira ng 3 points sa kanila, naka-crash na kagad papunta sa elbow side kasi alam nila long rebounds eh. And Simon was trying to get there pero nahawakan siya ni Josh Guillot.
Huskers doing well at the line. 11 of 13. 9 of 14 ng Ilagan Isabela. 2 for 2 for Simon Sandagon. 16 points ang lamang ng Huskers dito. Minute and 9 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Gomez. Si McCoy Marcos. Libre si Giap. Atake si McCoy. Off balance shot. Won't go. Nagawan sa rebound. Won by Joshua Hierro.
Grabe rin yung depensa ng Huskers doon.
Yeah, absolutely stingy.
Oh, never got screened. Oh, open lane.
Sarao. And that's a clinic as well. He's so good. JP Sarao. And he was a priority signing for the Quezon Huskers in the offseason. Ito si JP Sarao. Fresh off a second all-MPBL team selection.
Kasi he's one of those guys, big men, that can actually play both from the top or even in the paint. And he can put the ball on the floor too. Just like this one, alam niya foot race na to at advantage siya, so he finished it off.
Cowboys need a basket here, 49-30. Olegario fires a 3. Yes, sir!
Boy, they needed that. Ilagan.
23 to 49. Olegario against Lagrama. Sarao for 3. That's off. Rebound, Sandagon. Labas kay Tagle. Eman fires. Yes! Eman Tagle to beat the buzzer in the first half.
What a shot by Eman Tagle. And really just sticking to philosophies right there. Offensive rebound, spray it out to a 3 guy. And he got it off in time.
Yeah,
That's gonna count.
it will count for Eman Tagle. And Quezon exploding for 52 points in the first 2 quarters. It's a 19-point lead for the Huskers here at home against the Cowboys, 52 to 33. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the MPBL. My name is Cindy Crespo at kayo po ay nanonood ng aming main game between the Quezon Huskers and the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. At dito para sa ating halftime interview, kasama ko si Assistant Coach Jeric Teng ng Quezon Huskers at syempre the newly elected counselor no, sa Gumaka Quezon. So first of all, Coach, congratulations. At ngayon in this game, no, lalo na kanina na pag-uusapan yung scrappiness, aggressiveness ng Cowboys sa depensa. But after 2 quarters, paano nyo ba nasusurvive yan?
Siguro yung preparation lang namin during the practices that we had. Alam na namin how they will play against us. We know that they're gonna play hard, especially on defense. They're gonna make it tough for us to score. Ayun lang, siguro mentally prepared kami for this game.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Coach. No, I'm sure ngayon marami kang gustong batiin at pasalamatan.
Kaya syempre, pinapasalamatan namin na lahat ng mga nag-attend ngayon sa Quezon Convention Center. Syempre po, binabati namin at kinocongratulate yung aming Governor, Dr. Helen Tan. 1 million votes. No? Maraming tiwala at nagmamahal sa aming Governor. Ganon din sa aming Congressman Attorney Mike Tan, Doc Kim Tan, syempre po Boss R.D. Ronel Tan, sila Kobe Malik, si Calix, syempre po si Dr. Camille. Binabati rin po namin ng aming team manager, si Attorney Don Kapunan. Syempre po, I will take this time to greet mga kababayan ko dyan sa Gumaka Quezon. Kita-kita po tayo dyan sa mga mayuhan. Salamat po sa inyong suporta. At ako'y na-elect bilang konsyal po ng ating bayan. Maraming salamat po at kita-kits po tayo dyan.
At maraming salamat din sa time mo, Coach Jeric. That's it for our halftime interviews. Ngayon mga kaliga, we are very lucky to have the talents of Diego Dario in this league this season. And before we go back to our main game, alamin muna natin ang kanyang storya at kung ano nga ba ang pakiramdam niya to finally experience the home crowd here in the MPBL. This is the new episode of MPBL Extra.
Hello guys, si Diego Dario po, point guard from the Quezon Huskers.
Good passes. Oh, welcome to the MPBL, Diego Dario. Oh, backdoor, Dario able to score.
5 years old pa lang ako, doon ako natuto mag-basketball. Yung daddy ko yung nag-introduce sa akin. Tapos from then on, hindi na ako tumigil. Tuloy-tuloy na yung pag-basketball ko sa practice, lalaro sa labas, hanggang nakarating na dito sa pro. Kailangan ko magsipag para gumaling ako. Doon ko natutunan na dapat pala maayos yung kinakain ng isang atleta, natutulog ng maaga. Tsaka syempre, yung pag-aaral. Parang dahil sa pag-aaral, nandun ako. So, tinuloy ko lang yung mabuti kong pag-aaral. Dahil doon, napasok ako sa team. Tumangkad ako kahit konti sa susunod na taon. Tapos dahil dun sa sipag, tuloy-tuloy na nakapunta ako sa national team na youth. Tapos na-recruit na ako sa UP, sa college. Nakapunta na rin sa iba-ibang bansa dahil sa basketball. Tapos nagpa-draft ako. Nakuha ko sa PBA, nakalaro din ako doon ng 6 years. Tapos eventually dito na rin sa MPBL. So for me, basketball pa rin yun, professional. Mataas na level pa rin ng basketball.
Dario, the extra pass, back to Diego Dario. Another three, that's good.
He's not gonna miss 2 straight. Ito si Diego Dario.
Na-experience mo yung iba't ibang places sa Pilipinas. So nakaka-travel ka, nakikita mo, nakikilala mo yung mga iba't ibang tao galing sa iba-ibang province. At yung culture din na tututunan mo, yung mga pagkain, di ba? Siyempre sa Quezon, sa Batangas, nakapunta ako doon. Ibang klase din yung suporta ng mga locals, ng mga taga-probinsya mismo sa mga teams nila. Magandang experience for me. Sana magtuloy-tuloy.
Dario, it's a pass to Alcala. He can hit that. That's Buddy from the outside.
Ang nakita niyo.
Dario spits the D. Diego Dario! Basket and one!
Siyempre sa Quezon, grabe yung suporta ng home crowd doon. Kahit nung mga before games na nakikilala ka na nila, sa social media, grabe sila sumuporta. Sa MPBL, first time ko na-experience na yung isang buong arena, sini-cheer yung team mo. So sa akin, sobrang special yung feeling na yun. Saka iba rin yung emotion sa paglalaro pag alam mong home crowd. Iba din pag away, mas may konting gigil din. So, yan, maganda experience yung dito sa MPBL.
Hey, stick tayo sa identity natin. Defense, the ball. Every possession, yun lang yung goal natin.
Siyempre hindi lang ako, no? Yung Quezon, grabe yung strength namin ay nasa team namin. I believe na malalim yung team namin from first 5 hanggang third 5. Kaya pong mag-produce. And yun din yung culture na tinatry i-build nila Coach Eric, ng management dito sa team na kahit sinong ipasok, yung Quezon brand ng basketball yung ilalabas namin. And sana yung formula na yun, makaulit na malayo yung mararating namin dito sa MPBL. Pero sa amin, every game, dun kami nakafocus. Gagawin namin yung best namin at mag-improve kami. Kahit na nanalo kami, sinasabi nila coach na dapat nag-i-improve pa rin. Hinahanap namin yung mga iba-ibang bagay na pwede pa kami.
Dario skips a pass to Alcala. He can hit that. That's Buddy from the outside. Backdoor. Dario able to score. Dario spits the D. Diego Dario! Basket and one!
Sa lahat po ng sumusuporta sa Quezon Huskers, maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta. Nakikita po namin lahat ng suporta niyo whether online or sa live. Maraming salamat po. And of course, sa lahat ng fans ng MPBL, salamat sa pagsuporta at see you soon.
Back inside the Quezon Convention Center in Lucena, where the Quezon Huskers have a 19-point lead against the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys in a very, very physical and extended first half. And Quezon looking very strong here at home at the moment. They have somehow shook off the ejection of Judel Fuentes to build this 19-point lead. And a lot of flash points in that first half. Pero breakdown nyo muna ang stats, Coach Mike.
Yeah, much as we said this is going to be a defensive game, right now this lead is primarily because of itong Quezon Huskers having 7 more assists in the first half. And you look at the points of turnovers, that's a plus 12 in favor for Quezon. A lot of those points of turnovers have really come from open situations on the other end where they get a steal and they get a layup. And you gotta get good recovery defensively if you turn the ball over. Ngayon, sa second chance points, medyo lamang pagdating sa rebounds itong Quezon, pero hindi rin naman nagpapatalo pagdating sa second chance opportunities itong Ilagan with 13 apiece against the Quezon.
Well, that's their trademark nila yan. They're one of the top teams in terms of second chance points sa liga natin. And you look at the comparative stats here, of course, Quezon on pace to hold Ilagan to their points allowed nila. But Ilagan, they allow only 73 points per game sa kanilang opponent. So right now, Quezon already with 52 points. Art de la Cruz still out due to a hamstring problem. Joshua Ramirez gave Ilagan a lift, but he did commit 3 fouls. 9 points all coming from beyond the arc para kay Joshua Ramirez. And Joshua Giab steady as ever with 8, pero the leading scorer of Quezon, as you mentioned, Judel Fuentes, 17 points. He's out of the game due to a disqualifying foul. Sarao has 7, Sandagon has 7, Gonzalez has 4. And LJ Gonzalez only saw action for 5 minutes in that first half.
At saka alam mo, tama ka, hindi ka magugulat na gano'n ang second chance points nitong Ilagan. Katulad mention mo, they're number 5 in that department with almost 16 per game.
Nabitawan ni McCoy Marcos, turn over, counter steal by Arenal. Giab has it. Philip, nag-cut si Olegario. Tight, very tight. The turnaround shot from McCoy won't go, and bola ng Quezon.
So far, doon sa unang offensiva para dito sa Ilagan, kita mo hindi talaga naiiwan. They're not beating any primary defender in that action, and so yan ang challenge ngayon sa Ilagan.
52-33. Sandago on straight line drive, 21-point lead for Quezon.
And that up screen really has worked wonders for teams that use it, including itong Quezon Huskers.
McCoy to Pagaran. Olegario, short stab, no go. Pagaran is ahead of the pack. Christian will finish.
Now, if you treat missed shots as points of turnovers, parang ganun ang effect nun no? Long outlet pass para sa Huskers.
LJ Gonzalez not giving up on that one, pero last touch niya, Philip Manalang. Bola ng Ilagan. Philip. Passed up on the jumper. He's holding on to his knee. There's a foul on Arenal.
As LJ was trying to chase Philip.
Last break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X-Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Importanteng ma-observe na before that outlet pass for that Pagaran finish, yung tira hindi ganun kaganda yung spacing ng Ilagan. Masyadong kumpul sila dun sa left side of the floor.
Inside, Sandagon, strong drive, no good. Pagaran first to the loose ball. Bigay kay Simon. 10 seconds on the shot clock. LJ against Philip.
Good defense.
Sarao slips the extra pass. Sandagon. There's a foul on J.R. Olegario. Oh, preventing a slam dagon.
Well, just quick reaction to that pass received by JP Sarao. He knew that rotate was coming in and found Simon Sandagon, and Olegario tried to chase and he got called for that foul.
Sandagon, excellent at the line so far in this game. 6 for 6 para kay Simon. We've got 7 of 7. 58 to 33. And I think ang ganda ng focus dito ng Quezon, even with all the incidents in this ball game. Arenal, left-handed scoop is good.
Tama ka doon. Again, they continue to...
Sandagon misses. And the foul on the follow-up from Pagaran.
And one thing is clear though, you're not getting easy baskets inside the paint if you're the Huskers against Ilagan. This is the second straight time that we've seen Simon try to finish strong.
There's a foul though.
Oh.
Should be a foul.
Laging merong nakaputing pinipigilan at pinahihirapan makafinish sa loob ng paint.
Nonetheless, Pagaran at the line gets the first free throw to drop. 15 of 17. Ang ganda ng percentage nitong Quezon. LGR is the official outfielder of the MPBL. Maraming salamat. LGR. 35 to 60, 25-point lead. Push on Diego Dario.
Oh, yung tulak dun sa kanang kamay against Olegario. He's trying to secure that ball from the top and facilitate from there. Back pick.
Arenal to Manalang. Olegario drives right at Diego Dario, finds a way. Oh my! Hindi ko alam paano nagawa ng paraan ni J.R. Olegario yun. I could not even find him. Could not even see him.
And you have to be mindful if you now are the Huskers because alam mo naman kung anong energy yung binibigay nito ni Olegario. Little bump.
3 players against J.R. Olegario.
Hindi mo na nga makita
Kaya nga.
dito sa lugar natin. Oh, that's
Travel on
travel.
LJ. Something that they could build on if you're the Cowboys.
LJ, despite the 4 points, is not his usual self.
Yeah. Yan, hindi rin ganun kalaki yung minuto niya eh.
Yeah.
Olegario fires a 3. Rebound, nakuha ni LJ Gonzalez. LJ swings it over to Diego Dario, puts the ball on the deck. The draw pass to Sarao. 2 free throws coming up for JP Sarao.
First they look for shooters outside. With a closeout coming, they get a paint touch and then move from there. In that case, si JP Sarao ang nalibre doon sa ilalim. Actually, pwede nang tirahin ni yung kanina ni Diego Dario. He could have finished, but left it off for JP Sarao.
JP Sarao at the line. This is the free throw. 17 of 20 for Quezon.
So nakabalik na si Ramirez.
Yeah, and let's check it with Sidney Crespo.
So of Coach Mike, both teams have already identified some key concerns before the start of this game. No? At yung ilan dyan nangyari na nga. Sinabi ni Coach Louie kanina that Jodel Fuentes will be a problem. He is a usual suspect. But right now, after the first half, bago problema nila yung nagpapanik daw ang team. They need to compose themselves. Sa depensa naman, parang hindi daw tinatapos eh. Parang dinadalangin na lang na magmintis ang Quezon Huskers. That's not their brand of basketball. Because on the other hand, Quezon Huskers are doing everything to give the same intensity defensively. In-emphasize sa kanila yung discipline. Not just in running their plays, but also emotionally. Without Jodel, hanap daw ng bagong shooter si Coach Eric. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Sydney. On point on those updates from both teams there. A big block by Pagaran. On that attempt from Ramirez.
Oh, alam mo mag-a-attempt talaga yun kasi hindi pa siya nagmimintes out of the 3 attempts niya earlier in the first half. He's the best 3-point shooter so far para sa kanilang team, and good close out ni Pagaran.
Going back to Sydney's report, Quezon has done a wonderful job with their, keeping their emotions in check. And collectively, ang daming nag-step up after that Jodel Fuentes ejection.
Agree. Tsaka yung physicality, it continues there, pero composed nga itong Huskers against the Ilagan.
Dario mintis ang kanyang jumper. Manalang gets into the lane, labas kay Ramirez, puts the ball on the deck. Nandun si Pagaran. Arenal, jumper, yes!
You always take the best shot that's available, and yun ang nakita natin kay Arenal. They didn't have that attack inside. They swung it on the other end, and on the elbow side, Arenal was able to finish.
Diego Dario for 3.
Well, Ilagan going a little zone in that defense. And leaving Diego Dario. He missed one earlier. Kaya hindi nila binantayan ng maigi ng nakadikit.
Ramirez.
Post up.
That's Giab against Santagon. Labas kay Gomez. 3-pointer. Gab, no good. Last touch on Arenal.
Somehow, nobody locating Simon Sandagon, one of the really good offensive rebounders for the Quezon Huskers.
Manalang goes back to the bench. It's a 27-point lead. Sean Bautista has been inserted into the game by Coach Louie. Para sa kabila naman, Tagle is there. Shoots the 3, misses. Rebound ni Josh Giab. Bautista has it. Waits for Giab. Bautista. He'll fire a 3. No. Magbuhos. Nakuha ang rebound. Balik sa Quezon. Kopeng Lagrama. Magbuhos. Gabaini asking for it sa low block. Yero. Magbuhos. Nasa corner si Kopeng Lagrama. A little too unselfish there, Kopeng. Naagawan ng Ilagan. Giab. Against Magbuhos. Josh finds Arenal. Unable to score inside the paint. Lagrama to Mantagle from the corner. No, Magbuhos with a step back.
Oh, Gab Gomez got forced to check on Tagle as he was holding that corner 3. Kasi nakabasket na kanina eh. And a good offensive rebound right there. Another putback para dito sa Huskers.
68-39. They go to Giab underneath. And Giab mintis.
Ganda ng idea, nakaseal na, naipasa, pero it's just the finish.
Arenal, quick hands. Bigay kay Bautista. Sean to Gab. Now with Giab. Josh. Fouled hard by Joseph Gabaini. 2 free throws for Josh.
And every time si Josh Giab, he's gonna try and put that ball on the floor, lalo na inside the paint. And if he can generate contact and try and finish through that, hopefully to get an end one.
Victor Boraga from Ilagan, Isabela. 2 homegrown players on the floor. Sean Bautista of Tumawini and Victor Buraga from Ilagan. Hintis ang free throw ni Josh Giab. This was going to be an uphill battle right from the start para sa Ilagan without Art De La Cruz. Josh Galliano is also not listed for this game.
Pero curiously ang what if dyan, what if Alan Santos, stayed in the game? I'm sure he would have, influenced a little bit yung inside gaming.
What if Judel Fuentes also stayed in the game?
I agree. So both ends, those guys could pretty much influence how this game is played and the results.
Lagrama fires. Yes!
Wow.
Topeng Lagrama. The biggest lead of the game for Quezon, 71-40.
And that's a couple of three-pointers already hit by the Huskers in this quarter.
Bautista short on the three. Rebound ni Opiso. Tagle to Topeng. Topeng. No. That would have sent the crowd in a frenzy. Bautista, nice fake. Back shot won't go.
Those kind of misses, even in the first half when you had Olegario underneath, really point-blank, high percentage misses.
Opiso, jumper, no. Bautista grabs the board. There's a foul. It will go against Topeng.
Ang tanong dito sa Ilagan, who now is going to bring that spark, to give that energy. You see this three here by Topeng Lagrama. Didn't even get challenged. He just had Bautista right in front of him.
71-40. Bautista against Lagrama.
Oh. You can't jump into his space.
Sean Bautista. So for your offensive foul. Minute and a half remaining in the third. 31 points ang lamang ng Huskers against the Cowboys. Tagle launches. Yes! Tagle, second three of the game. It's a 34-point lead for the Huskers. Bautista, jumper, won't go. Opiso grabs the rebound.
Just one and done para dito sa Ilagan on every offensive setup.
Guerrero, Gabaini, jumper, no. Gab Gomez with a rebound. Alan Mina. Alan Mina has yet to score in this ballgame. Two early fouls from Alan Mina. They really threw him off his rhythm.
Right.
Natagalan really, kasi may maganda na siyang tapo sa last game Hindi niya nadala sa game na to.
That's right. And we thought all along that with Ramirez knocking down those threes, as we see Mina finally getting on the board. Akala natin Ramirez with that strong start, magandang pang spread ng floor para dito sa Ilagan, pero it's just how resilient these Huskers have been. Another three-pointer. That's the third in this quarter. Two from Tagle.
Eman Tagle. Sinabi ni Coach Eric, kailangan niya ng shooters. Ay, marami siya niyan. Eman Tagle able to knock it down from beyond the arc. Lagrama goes to Opiso. Jason Opiso for three. And what a show of force from Quezon here at home. It's 80-43, a 37-point lead. The Huskers dropping the hammer against the Cowboys. The highlights of the game brought to you by Simplus, official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Well, it's pretty much been, a little bit of things para dito sa Ilagan, pero yung execution and the basket makes of the Huskers really spelled the difference. They went on a zone, but the shooters have really connected. Started it off with Dario, and then the last three-pointer coming from Tagle.
We're headed into the fourth quarter with Quezon 80, Ilagan Isabela 43. That's our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. Masaya ang mga tao dito sa sa Quezon. Dahil ang kanilang Huskers are lamang ng malaki.
Ang tanong kanina nung punto nung foul nila Alan Santos and Judel was after that, where this points gonna come from, because Judel has been pretty good, but so far we've been answered na marami pang ibang shooters. Katulad nga na mention mo, no? Itong si Coach Eric.
Well, there's a lot. This is a championship team. South Division champions tong Quezon.
That's right.
Look at the production, 25, 27, and 28.
Boy, your opponent score on the high 20s, and your production's struggling to even get to 15 or 20. That's just been the kind of night para dito sa Ilagan.
Allen Mina, no good on the left-handed scoop.
As a matter of fact, if you look at defensively para dito sa Quezon Huskers, as you see another three here launched by Topeng, they're really having a tough time scoring against this defense.
Gomez fires and hits the three.
That's their best chance of scoring. Threes from the outside where the defense gives them a little space. But once you get inside the paint and you use a two-man ball screen, these guys will refuse to get screened.
Tagle gets to Gabaini for two.
Contrary to kanina, medyo mas steady na yung naging tira na yun ni Joseph Gabaini on that short roll, elbow float push shot.
And Lagrama will be whistled for the personal going for that steal.
In-anticipate na niya yung post-up entry dito kay Gab Gomez underneath. Well, basketball really is about, target. It's target basketball. You're looking for advantages in your end of the floor. And that time around, they felt they had the advantage with Topeng checking on Gab. Gab, another crack? No.
Ando, offensive rebound, and fouled by Gabaini. Two free throws coming up for Dave Ando. This is the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Bilis din ang decision doon ni Tagle on that short roll by Gabaini. Gabaini read that perfectly well. When he saw his defender try to blitz on the ball handler, he knew he was going to get that ball on the elbow, and he got that shot.
It's 82-47. Ang laki ng habulin ng Ilagan. A little over 8 minutes remaining.
It's the perimeter mix. Nakikita mo yung laking difference. That's a plus 11 paint twos or non-paint twos basket by Quezon Huskers. And to think na ang Ilagan, pinoproteksyonan yung paint,
Abundo has the fire. Rebound picked up by Gab Gomez. Binigay agad kay Philip Manalang. Here comes Philip. Now with Gab. McCoy. Ando, the push shot. Yes. Oh, steal here. Manalang to McCoy Marcos. Philip for three. Yes. Little run here by Ilagan.
Yep.
Early in the fourth. Lead is still at 29. 7.5 minutes to play. Lagrama able to get it across. Ibabalik na si Simon Sandagon sa susunod na dead ball for Quezon. Lagrama. A foul whistled on Makoy Marcos trying to keep out Opiso from the offensive glass.
Very active rin lang talaga si Opiso on that battle for that glass. You know, just kept on moving.
Sandagon. Now with Abundo. Pagaran with the jumper. Short of that try. Rebound ni Ando. Chance for the Cowboys to continue this run here. Manalang. Fade away from Philip is good. 8 points now for Philip Manalang. 5 straight dito sa fourth quarter.
Good string of points para dito sa Ilagan.
It's an offensive foul on Abundo. Right at the chest of Philip Manalang.
This is going to be a long climb, pero at the very least, may nakita kang streak of points coming from Ilagan.
Well, important here for Ilagan is to finish this game, the right way.
Right.
I think they have a very long break before their next game. I think June 9 na yung next game nila.
After
this one.
This one, okay.
Kasi nakaka-13 games na sila.
Yeah. Kasi si Quezon will still get that Abra game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be on the road late next week at the Quezon Huskers against the Abra Weavers. That's going to be an exciting game in Bangued. Manalang taking over. Philip with 9 points so far. Free throw of the game brought to you by Extreme Appliances. Ang subok at kompleto ang appliances brand ng Pilipinas. 2 for 2 for Philip Manalang. Back to a 25-point game. Turnover.
One more.
Manalang for 3. No. McCoy inside. He scores. 82-59. 6:29 remaining. The Cowboys just trying to, take it one possession at a time and trying to inch their way back in this ball game. Still a long way to go, but they do have momentum with 6:29 remaining. Timeout po ng Quezon. Our fan of the game is brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. It's a 14-2 quarter so far for the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Oh my. Oh my.
Ito na naman tayo eh.
I like it. Gonzalez. Hagaran and Quezon able to break the press. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dario making a move. Jego. Marcos is still there. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Sandagon. Bigay kay Jego. Joshua Ramirez will be whistled for the personal.
Yeah, and he was face blocking against Pagaran, and Philip was talking to Ramirez na, gotta grab the ball already.
Banal. Labas muna. Pinalitan ni Jason Opiso.
At saka all the more that they play man and the way that the Quezon Huskers have actually extended the floor, opening up that middle side, mas lalo magkakaroon ng pressure defensively para dito sa Ilagan. Look at that.
Opiso, jumper, won't go. Manalang with the rebound. Nabitawan ni Philip ang bola, and McCoy had to give up the foul on a driving Pagaran.
Just when you thought you had a good run the other way, Philip loses it. And it's been tough.
LJ Gonzalez. Dario.
Same play.
Sandagon posting up on Alan Mina. McCoy with another foul.
Ganda na sana ng cover ni Mina. Ang layo na ni Simon, no? He's not on his usual low block. And so if he gets that far out, mapupwersa siyang gamitin yung dribble para maka-attack sa paint.
Gonzalez to Dario. Inside. They go to Sandagon. Runs out of space. Naagaw ni Philip Manalang. McCoy Marcos. Running the floor. McCoy. Drive. A foul. And McCoy will go to the line for 2 free throws. Gab Gomez. Ilagan just trying to manage the game the best way possible para din sa kanila moving forward. This was going to be an uphill climb para sa kanila na makabalik.
And in the battle of the fourth quarter, I feel that Ilagan is doing a good job right now. You're on a 13-point scoring run here, and you're completely outscoring Quezon. At saka nanggagaling sa depensa.
Get a special deal for 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Both teams already in penalty. And McCoy Marcos' woes at the line continue. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Has 4 points. Sandagon inside. The kick out. Dario. No good on the 3. Rebounding Opiso. Jason, no. Mina completes the stop. Manalang. Go to Ando. Ando, nice spin. Dave Ando for 2.
Well, they wanted to go to that post-split action, but seeing nothing there, Ando decides to go on his way, going the baseline side.
They get it across. Good job there by the Huskers. Just in the nick of time. 82-61.
Naitawid pero hindi ganun kadali.
Yeah. Grabe yung pressure dito.
Yeah.
Opiso, 3. Yes!
And that really is what has generated yung mga points na yan para sa Huskers. The outside shots, the sniping has been pretty good.
McCoy will drive and a foul up top. Natamaan in the groin area to see LJ Gonzalez, McCoy Marcos on that challenge. Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
A beautiful read right there by Ando. Really, again, like what I said, did not see anything on that post-split action with that back pick and says, I'm just going to go baseline side and finish this.
McCoy at the line. Oh man. 0 for 5. Ito si McCoy Marcos.
Ilagan is actually ranked number 19 in free throw makes. And they make roughly about 64% of the free throws.
And one of 6 for McCoy Marcos. He was 3 of 8 in their last game. Sandagon lost the ball on the way to the basket. Gab Gomez, a free, a foul on Dario. 3 free throws for Gab Gomez.
And if you're Ilagan, yun exactly ang gusto mong mangyari. On that length of the floor defense, you make it very uncomfortable for guys like Simon Sandagon to put the ball on the floor. But on the other end, the hope is to make those shots for Gab Gomez. It's pretty good from 3.
Ilagan with 14 turnovers. Margin for error was always going to be, very small for Ilagan without Art De La Cruz. And yun ang mabigat dito.
They gave up 19 points to Quezon of these turnovers that they've committed.
20-point lead. The biggest lead was at 37 points. Now it's down to 20. Pagaran scores 8 points for Pagaran. Mina, yes.
If you're Coach Louis, you want this continued defense and production here in this quarter.
Sarao. Travel.
Yeah,
Travel.
that's a travel.
That's a travel. Parang malayo yung tinahak. JP Sarao doon.
Medyo late rin yung pito.
I think it's a great move of the game. Born for greatness. This is Philip Manalang's drive earlier.
But you could say a lack of effort defensively for Eman Tagle. You'd like to see more pressure, lalo na with how the Huskers have really played defense all night long.
19-point lead for Quezon. We'll be right back. Quezon's next 3 games. They have a blockbuster game against the Abra Solid North Weavers. That is happening in Bangged on Saturday. Caloocan Batang Kangkalu, June 7, sila magkakalaban. And June 18 is a date with the Bulacan Cuyas.
And so yung dalawang, the previous game, this game before that Abra game is really magandang test sa fortitude nitong Quezon Huskers. The Abra Weavers pretty much a good defensive team as well.
Ganda ng denial ni Pagaran on Allen Mina. Ando fires, no. And Pagaran secures the rebound. Definitely ticking a box na kailangan ng Quezon from last season. To see Christian Pagaran. They needed to be younger, they needed to be more athletic, and they did by acquiring it si Pagaran. A foul on Sarao. Former teammate Philip Manalang ang napituan doon. Balik sa laro si Josh Giab. Sarao at the line. 11 points for JP.
Yung field goal makes ang nagpaganda dito sa production ni JP Sarao. He's 4 out of 6 from the field. And yung on the move yung mga nagiging basket niya off ball.
68 to 89. Manalang gets into the lane. Labas kay McCoy. Marcos, nabitawan ng bola, recovers. Gomez, Mina from the corner, a 3, no. Giab, offensive rebound, bigay kay Allen Mina inside. He scores. 89 to 70. Nagrama. Here's Sarao, fires a 3. Yes! He's been big in this game. 15 points para kay JP Sarao.
And that's why he's a Husker. I feel isa sa mga requirements ng Huskers, not just a good post-up guy, but even a three-point shooting big man.
This is the fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig. Free installation for split-type air conditioners.
And JP pretty much has been scoring that way, moving off ball. He has not created his shot actually. Palaging off ball yung mga movements niya, slips.
Yeah, have one earlier. Nag-drive siya against Dave Ando.
Yeah. But for the most part, it's really yung mga off ball.
This ang pangalawang free throw ni Giab. Josh has 10.6 rebounds and 5 assists. Eman Tagle. Jared Sevilla is in the game, so homegrown players for Quezon getting a run out here. Hindi natapos ni Eman Tagle ang drive na yon. Here comes Allen Mina. Pulls up for 3. It's good, Allen Mina.
And I don't know if you'd agree with me, pero ito yung game na mararamdaman mo yung presence ni Art de la Cruz to settle the troops down.
Yeah.
Diba? And be the lead.
Absolutely. Laking bagay nun.
Oh, yung moments kanina na they were playing with a lot of defensive pressure. Pero yung control ba sa game? And just to steady the ship in moments when, you know, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of intensity.
Topeng Lagrama at the line. 3 for 3 ang Quezon in the quarter. And Ilagan had hit 10 of their 14 foul shots here in the fourth. Yeah, yung malaking lamang may naano din nila natapyas din nila kahit papano.
Yes.
So almost more than 2-week break para dito sa Ilagan Isabela. Sevilla will fire. He joins the three-point barrage para dito sa Quezon Huskers. That's 10 makes from beyond the arc. And you look at Ilagan, still not giving up here.
Yeah.
Kahit,
I like that. If you're a fan of Ilagan, you love that even to the very last moment, your guys are competing down big but still in there.
Yeah.
Walang nakababa yung balikat, nakayuko, nakahawak sa, you know, they really are just, this is a proud group, itong Ilagan, and they're just not gonna go that easy.
Grit and grind, Ilagan, but it is Quezon that will take the victory tonight. The night belonging to the Quezon Huskers. They improved their home record to 2-1. A strong first half performance followed by a really, really forceful third period.
Yeah, I agree.
To build that 37-point lead on the way to this convincing win, 96-78. And when you talk about forceful, we talk about this guy right here. Best player of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. We have JP Sarao doing it inside and outside to lead the Huskers to victory. And they will improve to 10-2, similar to the record of the Muntinlupa Cagers, the reigning South Division champions. Itong Quezon Huskers, 96-78. Natapos tayo dito, a win by Quezon. And that performance right there, Coach Mike, surviving the ejection of Judel Fuentes in the second quarter.
A lot of questions were answered after that moment, and different guys really just stepping up. Started with Diego Dario hitting that three, and everyone else just followed through, and JP Sarao was pretty solid.
Let's go to Sydney Crespo.
Thank you so much to the Coach Mike. JP, congratulations. Ang bilis na mga pangyayari sa game na to. No, umpisa pa lang ang dami ng takbuhan, tapos nawala si Judel. Paano nag-adjust ang team without him at anong impact nito?
Siguro yung pinaka-impact is nawalan kami ng first option sa scoring. Pero hindi naman siya naging factor sa the rest of the game kasi kung napansin nyo ang ganda ng ikot ng bola namin, we shared the ball. Tapos walang pilit na tira at saka lahat na kakakuha ng shots na in rhythm.
Ganda na contributions mo kanina, no, JP, at mas lalong kailangan nyo yan next game as you travel back to Abra. Ready ka na bang makaharap sila Dave Ildefonso?
Ready na, syempre exciting yon kasi alam naman natin kung gaano kalakas yung Abra and alam namin na contender talaga sila. Pero we won't back down. Bibigay namin yung best namin tsaka papakita namin kung ano yung Quezon Huskers basketball.
Ganda ng laro, ganda ng mga sagot. JP, sino gusto mong batiin at pasalamatan?
Unang-una sa lahat, nagpapasalamat ako kay Lord binigay niyang panalo and kay Governor Helen Tan, Boss RD, Kong Mike, Doc Kim, kay Mayor Ralph. Happy birthday kay Wawa, birthday niya ngayon, kay Boss TJ. Maraming salamat sa family ko, sa Cavite, sa family ng girlfriend ko. Yung girlfriend ko tsaka yung pamangkin niya, thank you kasi nag-drive pa sila all the way from Cavite papunta dito. Tsaka pasensya na sa mga hindi ko nabate, sa mga kaibigan ko. Huwag kayong magsawang suportahan yung Quezon Huskers. Maraming salamat sa lahat.
Thank you so much and congratulations once again. JP Sarao is our best player of the game, brought to us by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Sid. And a very exciting game. Tapos tayo dito. And really a good treat for the fans here in Quezon. Their home team, the Huskers, winning over the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. On Monday, we will be at the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila. San Juan Knights taking on the Valenzuela City Magic. In the second game, it's the Davao Occidental Tigers up against the Pangasinan Heat Waves. And in the main game, the Batangas City Tandoy Rom Masters battle Pasig City. And that's it for us here for all the fans. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsubaybay. For my partner, Mike Perez, our courtside reporter, Sydney Crespo, for all the fantastic men and women making up our MPBL team. Maraming salamat po. And sa inyong pagsubaybay at pagsuporta sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Ito po si Dev Tupas saying good night from Lucena.